I've been recently dealing up close with engineering teams. I'm leading one at the moment, and also with the way that we are going to build and set up new feature teams, from how we should work together to what tools and processes we are aiming for, and how to deal with new features and build them. Now, the problem is when you want to move a legacy type of team to a modern world, where software has strict regulations and governance around it. Plus, you need to onboard new people. So, how do you build such feature teams to cope with that? Now, about this. I do believe in outcome-driven product development, as everyone needs to be on the same page, from product owners and managers to designers and engineers. That means everyone needs to have the same information, details, and the bigger the team, which could keep growing, the more you need for a proper strategy and align everyone to the same goals. Here is when having an elevator pitch is important. As new people join established teams, it's also key for them to be able not only to understand the vision, but question it and provide valuable input and experience. That elevator pitch needs to work also when you're moving legacy teams to modern ways of development, as you need to motivate them to engage with these new ways of working. Plus, they need to buy the new tech and goals you're aiming for. Then, as feature teams want to move fast and bring value to customers, pausing to the question of why is important and helps focus future work. This needs to apply to all team members and not just product managers. It will be helpful also to break down that vision into small blocks, so that teams can easily grasp fast objectives and build deliverables against them, rather than be overwhelmed with the bigger goal. This shared vision, or elevator pitch for it, helps onboard new colleagues more quickly and easily, sets the right mood for goal planning, and conversations around metrics are more focused, but also clears the conversation for others in the organization around the type of work the team does. Yes, it is important to instill to a feature team that they are not just there to solve problems, but how to get the right decision and workflow of those problems to solve. Questions like how we evaluate next steps, what criteria should we use, is that criteria clear to everyone? Here is when using a solution tree mapping could be important and relevant. In feature teams, it is important to take steps back to make sure everyone knows what opportunities and solutions the team is solving and addressing. Mapping that process is key, where you lay down the problem, then start considering opportunities for the problem, and finally you point out several solutions for those opportunities. Not one, but several, as they might be all right at the end, but at this stage it's still too early to evaluate and scope them. This way you create small blocks of solutions and activities that are easy to work on, deliver upon, and create progress. Also, during this process, you'll soon realize that some solutions need to be deprioritized because they're not solving that particular problem during that sprint. It also means that you can have conversations about how experiments can be run to achieve an opportunity, where if something goes wrong, you can fail gracefully, learn, and adapt. The other aspect I find relevant is around measurements, metrics, and tracking. Both are important as they all create relevant information to product owners, managers, and the entire organization. Some are relevant to measure velocity of that feature team. Others just create an assurance to the executive that things are progressing. Having the right amount of tracking on the work you're doing helps everyone understand the problems, blockers, dependencies, and most importantly, triage issues that are relevant to address upfront. It also creates a good track to measure goals, especially future ones, as they are still to be built. Bottom line, this strategy isn't new to feature teams. It's not reinventing the wheel, but rather emphasizes the focus of them in the product development lifecycle. Having the right communication upfront, tracking and metrics, plus a breakdown of goals into small blocks, where everyone can understand the problem, opportunities, and bring several solutions, even the ones that might fail, is key part of the development of a feature team. It brings resiliency and adaptability to one. but also creates momentum and opportunity to have new colleagues on board and feel connected, sharing their experience and questioning the why in ways that helps everyone gain progress, but also helps the buy-in from legacy folks into this new way of working and technologies. And you, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below.